Hello everybody and welcome back to Dead Space 3. So, today I want to talk about something that was mentioned last time. And that is the concept of xenoarchaeology. I think it's actually rather interesting. And I don't mean, like, in this game, the concept of it. I mean in reality. Like, if we humans do successfully reach the stars, then, obviously, like, I'm of the assumption that there is going to be some sort of of intelligent life, whether it's still around or not is a different story, but we cannot be the only life in the universe. Whether we're the only life in the galaxy or anywhere within reason is a different story. So, since I have, as I stated, of that assumption that there is other life out in the universe, then, oh, hi, that must be Carver. Okay, I am low on resources, so I need to do this. Alrighty.
Cutscene. Isaac, don't do it. Don't listen to him.
Give me the codex and you can have her back.
No! Isaac, you know what's at stake.
Okay, everybody calm down, okay? Danik, give me the codex or I will kill her! No! Isaac, what are you doing? You got a second chance.
If he turns off the machine, we're all dead. Her? Us? Everyone.
Don't let it all go dark, Isaac.
Isaac's actually
kind of right.
So this actually is within reason for his Clarke's character, because Clarke is, I believe, the family man. Like, he's got kids at home, or he did, and he lost them. Big alien moon thing.
I've done it. I've finally done it. The darkness is in there.
You're a fucking moron. How did he turn off the machine if we put it in a state to boost it? Oh, of course he fucking dies.
When I finish this, it's all going down. Everything. You have to go.
No! You two get out of here. Go back to Earth space. Tell them what we found. I'm staying. That's all I got left.
Okay, yeah, so his family's dead.
Not without me. I'm the marker killer, remember?
Isaac.
I turned my back on the world because I was afraid of what needed to be done. Ellie, I'm not afraid anymore.
Fear is a necessary tool. Fear tells you certain things.
I want you to take it and head for home.
Alrighty. I'm glad I didn't do this last time. But according to the thing, we have we have 73% of the game done. Maybe it's just total completion, counting out all of the stuff. I love how Isaac's resolved to die. Wow. Moon-sized creatures are fucking terrifying. And that's another idea that I had about space travel. Is that there are actually beings and creatures out there that are so large that they, like, eclipse our moon. So no turning the machine back on. Okay, convergence vortex. Things are somehow falling into place.
I see the machine. We have to get it before the moon does. Copy that. I'll meet you there.
Yep, things are for some reason lining up and falling into place to allow me to walk forward. So, if we go based off the assumption that there's life out there in the universe and they have their own culture, would it be a viable career path to attempt to go down xenoarchaeology? Because archaeology would entail that these are dead civilizations. which there's no guarantee that they're going to be dead. And if they're not dead, we may still be able to dig up some of their old past for them and so on. We may be better at certain things than they are. But the question becomes, would they be accepting of our interpretation of their past? Because keep in mind that even civilizations here on Earth aren't super accepting of other cultures' interpretations of their past. Come on, give me the body. Oh shit, I died. Why did I die? Because I wasn't watching my health, that's why I died. That's always why I die. So, would we end up angering these other species by attempting to understand their past through methods like archaeology? Because, as I said, even here on Earth, there are cultures who are against the idea of digging up the past and looking at it in a analytical form. Or the other idea is that there would be no need for such a thing, because the various species were in some way, shape, or form better at keeping track of things than us humans. So their records were almost completely accurate. Like, they are purely analytical form of their history, rather than written by the victor, as, well, history is written by the victor. That's just a constant here on Earth. And another option is that we don't anger them, but they just... we don't anger anyone by attempting to understand another species' history that way. Or anything of the sort, but we just don't have the necessary tools and ability to understand whatever they consider to be language or... Okay, priority. Is that... Because an example, one example that I can come up with is oh, come on! I'd made it so far! Where's it putting me? It is a species who actually communicates via some sort of telepathy. Would we actually have the necessary tools to understand what their species is trying to convey in their writing, or whatever is their form of writing? Because if they communicate in a completely different manner from us, they don't have a spoken word per se, then there is no guarantee that we'd even be able to understand their history through methods that were developed here on Earth. Would it then become necessary to create new methods to understand what is being said and communicated from the species? Get off of me, you tar-faced asshole! He didn't get off of me, he decided to vomit all over my fucking face. Alrighty. Because there's thousands of things that could go wrong with the concept, like, of having a xenoarchaeologist out in space, like, out in the world. Like, cultural issues between our planets. For example, many science fiction short stories actually depict things like, well, depict aliens in a form that are understandable, but one of the cultural differences that I often see has to do with smiling. Where, like, humans, we see smiling, oh, it's a good thing. Like, occasionally there's a bad smile, but on average, like, 9 times out of 10, smiling is a good thing. Like, it's good if someone is smiling. But in a lot of these science fiction short stories, that isn't the case. That isn't how the aliens perceive it. They perceive smiling as like a predatory thing, baring your teeth. So the humans smiling at them, it's an act of kindness. It's an act of non-aggression. Not to them. Okay, Big Mama. You are gross as fuck. Like, yeah, you are distinctly disgusting. Why did you rip off your mask?
We gotta kill that thing? There's not enough ammo in the world.
Then we'll have to make some up. Look, there's markers floating all around me. I can use this TK charging plate and throw them as weapons.
Okay. I don't see any. Okay, I lost my marker. Fuck. Give me this. Yeah. Right in the eyeball. Give me another one. Give me another boot.
Watch out! It's throwing giant chunks of rock at you.
I see it, I see it!
Isaac! It's pulling you in! Shoot the tentacles off before it eats you!
Son of a bitch!
Okay. I need another weapon. Give me another one of them beauties. Right there. Hell yeah! Right in the eyeball. Pop it. There we go. Bleed, blood moon, bleed. Gimme, gimme. Where's an eyeball, baby? Where's an eyeball? I want to pop your eyeballs. Distinctly no eyeballs to be seen. Yeah, keep on throwing them rocks. I dare ya.
Isaac, watch out! It's doing it again! The tentacles! Shoot the tentacles!
I see it!
So, I almost died there, I think. Not 100%. Where's an eyeball and where's a marker? Okay, there's an eyeball. Weapon. Weapon. Armed and ready. There we go. This thing is disgusting. But it is interesting. Like I said, larger than our moon-sized creature. This thing is literally so big. It has its own actual gravitational field, not just the theoretically things.
Carver! Carver!
Theoretically, things have a gravitational field. Come out of there, baby! I want you. I want to rescue my friend. Hey, Carver. Good to see you. Ooh. That doesn't look pleasant. Okay, I was wondering, I was like, I can't jump. How is it gonna start a cutscene as I get close? Yes. Oh, alright.
So this is it, huh? We use that codex.
Yeah.
No more
How?
bullshit. We die here, now.
But Earth gets it tomorrow.
Congratulations to Earth? Does the machine still function like this? Because I thought the whole city was the machine. Like, I was under the impression that it took the entire structure just to freeze the planet. Alrighty. He's got his picture of Ellie. And I'm pretty sure what he passed her was a picture of himself. Oh, he let it go. I would have just put it back in my pocket. Actually, no, if you're planning to die, I don't think I would have done the same. I don't know. I don't know. And my other question is, is it just a singular creature that's larger than the moon, or than a moon, like inside a moon, sort of making a moon sort of thing? Or is it actually that it's multiple creatures, and because they are sort of a hive mind sort of thing, right? That'd be funny. The species is actually a bunch of single-celled organisms that managed to come up with the idea to think.
Isaac.
They're dead.
Are
Ellie,
you
they're
there?
dead. They're dead.
Carver? Isaac? You're gone, aren't you?
Yep, they're dead. They're probably not dead, but they're dead.
The mark signal has gone too. Isaac, you did it. You really did it.
Isaac only killed the one blood moon. Aren't there, like, multiple of them throughout the universe?
Shock drive enabled. Standing by.
Turns out as she's leaving the planet, she just mows through Isaac's body and just all over the windshield. Horrible day, Ryan. There'd be that, like, you just lost your husband and then you just mow through his body. And that appears to be the end of it. Per the usual, we will watch the credits. This took me a long time to finish. And it's... Okay, credits aren't playing properly. The things aren't over. I thought it was just going to be some stylized credits showing us the space. So Isaac's not dead. Oh, yep, there it is. There it is. I know there's going to be something at the end of the credits. We always watch the credits. That's how the finales of these go. If you're new to my channel, yes, we always watch the credits of games that I play. It's why Dying Light video was 50 minutes long. There's a lot of credits to that. There's probably a lot of credits to this game as well. I really hope this music's not going to get me copyright striked. I hope it's unique. But it does make me wonder. There's others of the Blood Moon out there. It's not just the one, is it? So they've only successfully killed the one Blood Moon, and they still have no idea how they did it. Because it's obviously a species. Like, they were mentioning that there were other moons like it out in the world. So, what did you all oh, yeah, no. Let's not get into that yet. It took me a while to finish this game for various reasons. One, I was, for a long time, doing stupidly short episodes, and I'm pretty sure I still did stupidly short episodes closer to the end. Yeah, it was hard to get reasonable amounts of footage without having extensive amounts of content that I had to cut out with this game. And two, after I updated to Windows 10, there was the nice distinct issue where if I launched the game with a certain Windows setting enabled, it would crash. And it took me, I think, almost a year to figure that out. Like, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a year between episodes. Maybe a bit of exaggeration there. It might have been like 6-7 months. But it was a long time. And I think I'm pretty sure this game took me 2 years to play. If I'd played this on my own time, not even a week. Not even. I would have had the game done within 1 week. Talent in IP3 production. Well, senior producer Kate. I don't know. Editing. It does make me disappointed that Visceral Games is gone. EA shut down Visceral Games Studios. So there isn't going to be a continuation of this, no matter what the post-credit stuff is, because I'm pretty sure there's a post-credit stuff. So, music engineer, I have to credit Peter. For video editing, EA Shanghai. I don't think these people have anything to do with what I played. Do they? I don't know. They might. So, overall, what does everyone think of the entire series? Honestly, it's an interesting idea, but it's also, I can't look back too precisely on some of the stuff from the first two games. Didn't exactly enjoy the second game as much as the first. Enjoyed this one a bit more than the second game. But it is an interesting concept that there is an alien species out there that has the capability, through various methods, to guide a planet's evolutionary track towards a species that will attempt and achieve space travel. And once they do that, that alien species begins a harvest of sorts. I don't... I don't like any of these people, because they're like, if these are the EA people, these are the ones who are responsible for Visceral Games getting shut down. So I'm not exactly a big fan of these guys. Yes, I do actually pay some attention to the credits, because I'm not going to make you all sit through them and listen to me blather without watching some of them myself. Trying to figure out things to say, because it's difficult for me to just keep talking through the credits, but I don't want you all to just have nothing to listen to if you choose to sit through the credits with me. Honestly, throughout the game, I was impressed continuously. Even in the second game, which is my least favorite of the three, story-wise, I was rather impressed. Because, especially in the first game, I found out that there was one particular scene, like where Isaac is grabbed, and it's not just a cutscene. Like, there was no cutscenes in the first game. Everything was interactable. Like, after a certain point, the closest thing you have is waiting for the animation to finish, so that while Isaac is being grabbed and flailed around. Can't say the same about this game. There were definitely cutscenes, even if they were rendered in-game. But everything in the first game, there was one scene that nearly shut down development because they didn't want cutscenes. And another change of tone between the three games is Isaac becoming more of a character of his own throughout the series. In the first game, he's completely silent, doesn't say anything other than grunts and yells, but no lines, none whatsoever. He doesn't say a damn thing. And that changes in the second game. He actually gets lines, he speaks, he's no longer the silent protagonist for you to insert yourself into. He's actually his own character that you're watching the life of. And it feels like it, instead of, like, obviously he had his own characterizations and personality and life in the first game. Like, he was married, his wife died, and all of that. But it's easier to ignore all of that when the character you're playing as never speaks. But in the second and third game, he speaks quite extensively. He has lines, he says things, it's much harder to just ignore that Isaac is his own person, rather than just a character for you to insert yourself into. And I honestly, I don't know which one I prefer, because there are some games where I feel it would be better if you did have a voice for your character, instead of just nothing. And then there are other games where I'm not too positive about that, because I liked all three games and I loved the story of all three, but I can definitely say the second and third story felt more fleshed out, for the regard of Isaac actually having a more active part in it, actually responding to things and saying things, unlike in the first game, where your story is the characters speaking around Isaac. How many? This is another one of those games where it's, yeah, I knew it was gonna be extensive amount of credits. I don't remember how much credits there were in the second and first game, but I'm digging this music though. Really gotta thank Peter for that music. Unless was he the music engineer or the sound engineer? Because if he's just the sound engineer, he might have not worked on the music at all. No idea. Do I really need to know who contract analysts were? Okay. Are these children that were born from the developers during development? That'd be interesting. I don't actually know. Did they play this one already, or is it just similar to that that first song that I commented on? So we're at the special thanks now, which means we're getting close to the end. I do have to ask, what did you all think of the series, of the Dead Space series, of this particular game, of the first, the second game? Are you disappointed that there's never going to be a Dead Space 4 because Visceral Games no longer exists? Or is it Visceral Studios? I think it's Visceral Games. But since Visceral no longer exists as a production company, they're no longer producing games. They're no longer developing games. My bad. But they, at least I think they no longer exist. I'm almost positive they no longer exist. Like, I remember hearing about them shutting their doors and everyone being moved around to other companies that EA owns. Here's a post-credit scene that doesn't mean anything. Our post-credit scene that means nothing. Well, I do hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below. Look something like this, as well as subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more content such as this from me on this channel. And remember, smile. We just finished a game. It's a pretty great experience. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye, guys.